This is a response to, I guess, a conversation between Inmenhem and Pyrrho. I don't really know the original context of the conversation, but I was more interested in the humble talk about consciousness. In it, Pyrrho is mentioning the idea that a cell has the ability to function at all, and it has this kind of sensory apparent awareness in and of itself. One has to kind of wonder how exactly the mechanisms, the complex mechanisms of a cell are capable of such harmony and order with no neural network to back it up, as it were, for its intelligence. And this stems the question or the debate of whether or not consciousness is a phenomena of the brain or a phenomena of nature itself. And I think this argument is a very interesting one, primarily because it seems to me that this argument stems from a misconception of perception. We perceive the world from this top-down view because we are a top-down. We are the razor's edge of the evolutionary process on this planet. And so for us to see the world, we see it from this perspective of, oh, of course, we have this ability, but nothing below us can have this ability because we are special. And so consciousness, or the original kind of perspective, is segmented away or kind of coveted by the human species, and no one else can have it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. In reality, the steps that it took for humanity to come into existence were from the atomic level, from the level of chemical reactions. So in order for consciousness to exist in our form, it had to have existed previously in one, or if not all, of the forms that preceded ours. So for us to have this perspective of top-down is a misconception, and in actuality it begins from the bottom up. And so consciousness, in my view, is a phenomena of reality itself, and not a purely reactionary, causal, or materialistic phenomena or manifestation of a series of these machinations. And in reality, consciousness is as simple as that here and now, that experienced moment of immediate presence. And to have this kind of covetedness of that experience is only an indication of the level of consciousness and kind of selfishness or egotism in the individual. Truth speaks for itself. There doesn't need to be this this debate with regards to, oh, well, do we have, does everything have, regardless of whether or not we believe it does, it does. And the universe is as it is, regardless of whether or not we agree with that or not. So, I mean, essentially, what this comes down to is consciousness a divided does it have boundaries, or is it the infinite awareness that transcends all boundaries and that unifies all things? And the problem that people of science and people that don't believe in that call themselves atheists is that they aren't conscious yet at a level that they can understand that notion of unitive awareness, of the idea that there are no boundaries, that these boundaries that we have constructed for ourselves are illusions, and that the perception of division or separation is an illusion. I mean, I can suggest people to listen to, but really in all actuality you have to discover this for yourself. And there is a spirituality after atheism that is transcendent. It is a postmodern religion, a pantheism of sorts, the Einstein perspective, if you will, of the universe as a divine existence. The universe is God, and we are all representations or avatars of that divine essence that is the universe itself. We are all products of and representations of the universe itself. And the beauty of this is that in this perspective of pantheism, you are God, and I am God, and we are all, call it what you will. I mean, to me, it's not the sky father in the sky. I feel a direct connection with the universe, and I feel a direct connection with humanity on a level that I would never be able to feel if I believed we were all separate. And honestly, all you really need to do is take a look at Inmen Ham's aggravation over other people's opinions to realize that his consciousness is not at the level which requires the ability to accept the notion of unity and the complete picture of reality itself. He's gotten to a point of transcending the myths, but he hasn't gotten to a point of transcending the science, the linear modality. He's not yet transcended into postmodern constructs. He has instead planted himself in the mentality of division and separation. So I hope that this was a relevant dialogue as far as the contributing to this conversation, and I hope that nobody takes offense to what I'm saying here. It's more in the of a kind of I'm just being honest. I'm just being more or less objective. So thank you. Love and gratitude. Love and gratitude.